Today I will be discussing vegetarianism, and the more animal products one consumes, the more of a toll it'll take on their body. And I've been researching this topic for weeks, and today we'll be discussing the history of vegetarianism, food alternatives, and health benefits. But first we'll talk about the history of vegetarianism. According to Claus Litzman in 2014, in the Vegetarian Nutrition Past, Present, and Future, the early human food cultures were plant-based, and the first recording was in the 6th century, where a Greek philosopher first made the vegetarian diet popular, and the European diets adopted it as well. Then Asian, African, and Mediterranean diets started to become largely plant-based as well. Then religions such as Hinduism and Buddhism encouraged this way of life. And now people are vegetarians because of it's their religious beliefs, and it aligns with their morals. But we came to eat meat more because it became more accessible, and there was an abundance of it. 'Cause back then you couldn't just go to the store and buy meat, and now it's easier because it's pretty cheap, and you can just go to any grocery store and get it. So now that we talked about the history of vegetarianism, let's talk about food alternatives. So why a lot of people don't become vegetarians is because they think that protein is very important, and they think that animal foods are their only source of proteins, when in fact this is false. And when you cook meat, half of the protein will break down anyway, so you don't get as much protein as you think, and your body can only digest a certain amount of protein per day. So how you can get protein if you are a vegetarian is through vegetables, beans, tofu, and vegetarian protein shakes. And another way to get all the nutrition that you need is through supplements, and one important one is B12. And according to Michael Donaldson in the Metabolic Vitamin B12 Status in December of 2000, the deficiency in vitamin B12 leads to pernicious anemia, gastrointestinal disorders, and neurological damage. So that's why it's important to get your supplements in, and be well-rounded, have a well-rounded diet. Now that we talked about food alternatives, let's talk about the health benefits of being a vegetarian. Jane Hart in 2009 in Health Benefits of a Vegetarian Diet points out that being a vegetarian does not necessarily translate into a healthy diet. A non-consumer of animal products may still eat foods that are high in fat or sugar, and a teenager's brand of vegetarianism can be just eating soda, fries, and mac and cheese. So this is why education and research is important, because you could just eat pasta and fries for the rest of your life, and you will still be as unhealthy as you were from when you were eating meat. So this is why it's important to learn about what you need, and to be aware of what you need to eat daily and what you've already eaten for that day. Because if you do get a well-rounded diet that meets all your nutritional needs, your risk of having diabetes, heart disease, and cancer will decrease, and as well as gaining control of your weight. And a study done by Annalisa Lorraine in 2016 in Food and Nutrient Intake and Nutritional Status, she found out that vegetarians exhibited lower total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, and lower saturated fatty acids. So today we discussed the history of vegetarianism, food alternatives, and health benefits. And as you can see, the more animal products one consumes, the more of a toll it'll take on their body.